All right, let's dive into something that I think every single one of us struggles with. We're talking about that giant, frustrating gap between knowing what we should do and actually, doing it. We're going to look at this through the eyes of real estate coach Tom Ferry and figure out how to finally close that gap for good.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's the big one. You've got the knowledge, you've seen the webinars, your notebook is full of best practices, but somehow, when the alarm goes off tomorrow morning, that knowledge just sits there. It doesn't turn into action. So we're going to break down why that happens, and way more importantly, what the heck to do about it.
So where does this whole disconnect even start? Well, it turns out the kind of help people are asking for is changing, and it's changing in a big way. Let's take a look at what real estate agents are really asking for right now.
So check this out. Tom Ferry ran a super simple poll on his Instagram not too long ago. He basically just asked agents, hey, what do you need from me to crush it in this market? And the answers, well, they were really telling. They pointed to this huge shift away from the typical rah-rah motivational stuff.
And this right here, this is what it all boils down to. For years, the industry has just been swimming in happy talk and inspiration. But agents are now loud and clear saying, okay, that's great, but I've got enough inspiration. Give me a plan. They don't need another quote for their vision board. They need a step-by-step, here's what you do at 9 a.m. guide. They want implementation.
So that demand for a real plan leads us straight to the first part of the solution. You've got to build a rock-solid, non-negotiable daily system. Because honestly, knowing all the right things is totally useless if you don't have a structure to actually do them every single day.
And here's the absolute truth. Success isn't about finding some magical new strategy nobody's ever heard of. It's about the boring, relentless, consistent execution of the fundamentals you already know. The gap isn't a knowledge gap, it's an execution gap.
So how do you force that consistency? Well, Ferry swears by a simple but incredibly powerful tool, time blocking. Just look at this schedule. It's not complicated, right? From 9 to 11 a.m., you prospect. Period. No emails, no distractions. It's blocked off. Appointments have their slots. The day ends with prep for tomorrow. This whole structure just kills decision fatigue. You don't wake up and wonder, what should I do today? You just look at the calendar and execute the plan. And this is where he kind of flips the script on the whole idea. He says, stop thinking about this emotionally. It's not about whether you feel like making calls. It's just a math equation. You put in the work, you get the results. Input, output. Simple. Okay, so if it's a math equation, what are the numbers? Well, let's start with the first variable, your database. According to Tom Ferry, a really solid, healthy database has about 5,000 contacts. Think of this as your raw material. This is where it all begins.
So, what does that 5,000 get you? Well, here's the equals part of the equation. If you work that list consistently, assuming a pretty standard 4% conversion rate, that database can turn into 200 sides, 200 transactions. The math is right there, staring you in the face. But, and this is the big but, it only works if you actually do the work that the daily schedule lays out.
Okay, so the system makes sense. The math checks out. So what gives? Why isn't everybody doing this? Let's get into the next piece of the puzzle, the mental roadblocks and real-world barriers that keep people from growing.
Let's do a little thought experiment. How would your entire attitude about prospecting change if you stopped seeing your CRM as a boring to-do list and started seeing it as a vault with a cash prize inside that resets every single day?
This is maybe my favorite analogy from Ferry. I mean, really think about it. If you knew with 100% certainty that there was 25 grand waiting for you every morning and all you had to do was make your calls and follow-ups to get it, would you ever hit the snooze button? No way! That money is the opportunity you're just leaving on the table every single time you decide, I'll do it tomorrow. And here is the real kicker, the punchline. That money doesn't just evaporate if you don't claim it, oh no. It gets wired directly into the bank account of your hardest working, toughest competitor. Ouch. That one stings, right? It just makes the whole idea of daily prospecting feel so much more urgent.
So beyond that daily discipline, there's another monster hiding in the closet for so many agents. It's the fear of building a team, the fear of letting go. This reluctance to hire help is the very thing that keeps so many amazing people stuck, hitting the same income ceiling year after year after year.
And it usually comes down to these three things. You hear it all the time. Number one, I can't afford it. The truth is, you can't afford not to. Number two, I wouldn't even know how to train someone. And the big one, the one that runs the show, I just don't want to give up control. But that feeling of control is really just an illusion that's keeping you small.
So what's the advice? Well, it's pretty blunt, but it is perfect. You are never going to feel 100% ready to hire someone. You just start, and you know what? You'll probably suck at it at first, you'll make mistakes, but then you'll figure it out, and you'll get better. But none of that can happen if you don't take that first step. You just have to start.
Okay, this brings us to the final and maybe most important section. We've covered the systems and the mindset. Now let's zoom out and talk about the future and why it is so urgent to start building it today. Not tomorrow, today.
The message here is crystal clear. The next 24 to 36 months are a massive, massive window of opportunity in the market. But here's the catch. That window is only open for the people who are putting in the work and building right now. The choices you're making today are literally constructing the business you'll have when that opportunity peaks.
So, who's going to win in this next cycle? It's not going to be the person with the most followers or the best intentions. Nope. The future belongs to the builders. The people who are relentlessly building systems that are scalable and repeatable, systems that work whether they feel motivated that day or not. It belongs to the builders of discipline, the ones who really get the discipline eats motivation for breakfast, and they build the daily habits that prove it. And of course, it belongs to the builders of leverage, the ones who are brave enough to hire help, to let go of that false sense of control, and to focus only on the things that they do best. So, we'll end with this question right here. The 2026 version of you. That person isn't just going to magically appear. They're being built right now, today, with every single discipline choice you make. So the only question left is, will you be one of the builders? Or in 2 years, will you still be on the sidelines just thinking about it? The choice is yours.